talked about was, they have transport access for all the towns that are in their areas, or juveniles. I'm not sure if our county's using those or not, or if we're just transporting on our own. Big discussion was medical cost. The medical costs are going so high because in the old days when somebody was sick, we talked to them or if we were complaining about something. And you said, okay, well, just go back and let us know later. Well, now with liability, they have a nurse on staff, but they still, are taking people to the hospital and, hospitals are doing run-ups depending on what they are. And once you're incarcerated, the facility is responsible for the medical costs. Unless they're still under their parents' medical, but some of them aren't. And even if they're under the state, when they get incarcerated, the state pulls out and we're responsible, just like we are in our jail. So that was a big talk. Basically, there is a stay till May 24th on the lawsuit when they have this discussion. And that's pretty much,
You're busy.
that's all I had out of that week, so. I have a meeting this afternoon, with the 6th Judicial Correction Services. That's the one that was a governing board before, but now it's just an advisory board. And we only meet about every 6 months, so it's just a Zoom meeting that's more of a update on what's going on in the facilities up in Cedar Rapids, so. That's it for me.
The Renault Drive thing,
Did it work or no?
I contacted Fort Worth.
This.
The consensus is that it all works, and then nobody knows how it works.
It does work.
Everybody says it works. The one guy said they had a really musty basement. It took a month or two, and the rust is all gone. So I don't think I need authority, but I took it upon myself to call the guy. He's gonna get in his route, he'll give us a free estimate, an obligation. And I explained to him that we won't have the money this year, 95% sure, but we want to know what it's gonna cost so we can plan for it.
For next year.
He had no problem with that. But he goes around and gives other bids to other ones, what he's doing, he's trying to make it, so he's on a can.
Mix around.
So, yeah, everybody goes, yeah, we don't know how it works, but it works. It looks like a beehive. Basically, it hangs in the corner, and there's only one wire coming from it. And the one guy thought it was electrical, and then the guy goes, no, it's a ground wire. So there's no static electricity. What?
You could sell it to every homeowner.
That's what I was thinking, like even my basement, like
I
maybe.
don't.
It works.
Yeah, the guy tries to explain it to you, which is after about 5 minutes, it's
It's over your head.
over my head.
Yep.
And he tells me every time I talk to him.
But it's electromagnetic, right, or something?
Yeah, so like reverse polarity of, he makes it sound like magnets, the opposite ends.
Pushing the water out somehow.
And it doesn't sound like it should work, but everyone I've talked to says it works. I've called 4, if you want me to call another 4 or 5, I can, but I figured 4 was a good sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not, yeah, you would think they're gonna tell you straight. I mean,
I've talked to auditors, I've talked to the maintenance guy.
Yeah.
The one guy was an engineer, his office is in the basement, and he goes, we used to have to open up the doors and pull little fans on certain days to get the must smell out, now it's gone.
Well,
yeah,
It sounds goofy.
yeah,
well.
that
it
works.
Yeah.
And then next week, I think, I was told, we're gonna start work on that water system out of the county home. I don't. You can pass it around, yeah, let's just wait on the cost. It's less than what we budgeted,
Oh, that's good.
What's good?
yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning. I think that's all I got. Did you, but I got, we just asked.
You need one of
did you
these,
get rid of
Chris.
those?
A second.
Yeah, I believe they
You need one of these.
That was a question that we asked me earlier, and I think,
Oh,
my perfect,
You can click this on.
but you don't always look at it anyhow.
Or put
No,
this table around.
we got red because they're new.
I got black tape.
Yeah, you do.
I'll have to check, Mr. Cafford just got me the final things on what he ordered.
No, before I go any further, did you want to mention how your muskrat trapping's going?
we're all done. All active infestations gone for the time being.
How many did you relocate?
Caught 2 adult muskrats in lagoon number 2 where all the sign and the damage was. And, trapped for a couple more weeks.
Nothing?
No activity. Advise Rob Nowotny, get rid of them cattails in lagoon number 2, and that'll go a long way to them not wanting to move in there.
Your furry black friend, did you find his friend?
No, and I think that was a plant that you might have had that rescue to begin with, so.
I spotted him before he spotted you.
So now you wanna start on my coon infestation at my place now?
Well, hey, I'm open to new opportunities.
We'll talk after the meeting.
I told Brandon too,
Yeah,
last year.
he never called me back. I called
He
him.
never called back.
Yeah,
Better get more traps for that from the way it sounds.
In your feed?
they're everywhere.
Don't you have a gun?
Yeah, I couldn't get to it fast enough this morning.
Their populations would be way.
That'd be
Oh,
fast.
nuts.
Yeah, it's-
Okay, Nicholas.
All right, first thing we have on the agenda is to approve the next year's 5-year plan and then the budget. So we're good there.
Do you want to have separate motions for each one, or?
It doesn't matter.
Well,
I
is
think you do them as one.
there a motion to approve the secondary roads budget for 2025, 26?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? You second, right? All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Is there a motion to approve the secondary roads 5-year program? No, I didn't say it that way.
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Right.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. All right.
Okay, we have guys, essentially what we're doing out there is V77. They're still moving some of that dirt around. We're pulling one of the backhoes today to go out to 150th Street. To pull that bridge, because that box culvert will be coming in about a month. And then we're also doing contract rock and some ditching for more dirt for some of those projects. So we're going on. Oh, sorry. And then the other project that we have is V52 and Cedar Falls Construction is out there patching that. They should be done today. Contract rock, we're still waiting on Wendling because all the roads around them are embargoed. But other than that, Dowds is done with one district, starting another today, and River Products is almost all the way done, should maybe be done today. So that is coming right along. And then we did have some guys go out and global patch a little bit earlier this week too.
So I just drove on that today. I saw that. So there's a dip, but there's nothing you can do about that. It must have dug out.
I think it was, I drove over that too, and I noticed that dip. I think it was probably pretty hard, because if you get out and kind of look at it, it's probably kind of hard for them to have a smooth shot. I'm assuming they can come back at some point and try to.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you fill it in with that thing, or do you put do you have to put gravel and seal it, or how's that work?
It's all one shot. So that machine, the gravel, you spray the oil down, and then the gravel all
So
comes
you
out.
can fill a hole in pretty good.
You can fill it in, yeah. But when you got that big of a chunk,
Yeah,
it's kind of artwork.
right.
And so, I think when you're driving it, you notice, I think when you're also doing it while you're out there,
It's hard to see.
it's probably hard to tell. So,
Yeah, hopefully it'll seal it from breaking up any farther.
yes, yeah, I hope.
Where's that at?
Right at the county home.
We're doing the bridge design stuff for next year, getting all that handled. The pickups have been ordered. I just got the verification right before I came over. And then we did post for summer help, being that this year budgets are lower and everything else, I'll probably maybe just go with one person instead of three, but I still gotta think about that.
I was gonna say, don't you usually have one with spraying and one mowing?
We have one with sprayer and we have two for mowing, one for doing the paved roads and one for doing the gravel roads. This year I'll probably have the motor graders mow their own gravel roads, so they won't grade as much, they'll do some of the mowing. And then one other person to do paved roads. And instead of getting all those rounds in, 1 day a week or 2 days a week, we'll have them go help Dave, so it'll be split. That should save us some money then.
Which is fine, just make sure we get our stuff moving.
Yep, we won't make as many rounds as normal, but we'll see.
They used to have the truck drivers do their own territories too. I know, they used to take care of theirs.
And there'll be some of that.
I know they didn't mind, they didn't, never heard them complain about it. Plus it gave them a little more pride in their territory too. So.
Sure. So that's what the graders will be doing.
Yep.
And then the truck drivers, our one person will either help mow the paved roads or be with Dave. And when they're not, the other person will be with Dave mowing, so. That's where the way I'm leaning as of right now.
The county do any shopping?
We have, I talked to the union stewards. I got some links sent to me, so I have 3 sets of gloves. 3 gloves would make sense. 3 sets of gloves coming of the one style.
Okay.
That, so all they had available was 2X large, but it should be 3 sets, should be good enough to look at and see what you think, see what you like. And then as far as the chainsaw bibs, chaps, they're very hard to find. So he was looking into suspenders. So he was, yeah.
I thought he claimed he went over to Tyson's or whatever and said he could find it.
Yeah, he said Menards.
Oh,
I
no.
must not have been able to then.
Okay.
So
Is he-
I was talking to, when he called me yesterday to give me an update, and I was talking to someone else. So I think what it was, is he couldn't quite find them, but he had found some suspenders, so he was gonna bring those in.
Oh, that'd be a lot cheaper.
And maybe you guys would approve, you guys would start buying suspenders for some of our guys.
They won't all get them right away. We'll see a few sets how they work before they dive in. You know what I mean?
How do you decide who gets suspended?
Well, let somebody, whoever's doing the most chain work, which you would know, let them try them out for a week or so before you buy everybody first.
So their pants are falling down.
That's what, that's kind of a, yeah. How do you know who gets suspenders and then it's like, I know, I should get them. So that's all in progress.
Okay.
I have something I want to talk to you outside about quick.
Oh, okay.
Hey, on B77, is the
It'll take 2 seconds.
So the plan there is, we are paying Todd Grip, Dave Gear Construction, whatever it is. They're gonna put in, they're gonna put in,
Oh, the wires.
the wire guardrail, cable,
How do you pull those big pylons out?
that are currently in there. Oh, backhoe just pulls them right.
Really?
Yeah, they're down like
Looks
4
like
feet. Yeah, we're gonna remove them ourselves and do the traffic control, cut down on costs there. And then we can save that material for gravel, low volume gravel roads, you know, if we ever need some sort of guard or something like that.
So will that cable then be longer than what they get?
No, currently I believe there's 125 feet on each side. The new one will be 100 feet on each side. Because of we built out those ditches so much that we're close by law where we might not even need it because of the clear zone. But we're gonna put them in anyway because it's our one of our highest traveled roads and moving back 6 to 8 feet.
Yeah, it really looks good, I think.
So that's the plan anyway. It's just kind of taking some time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Yep. Have a
Have
good
a good
weekend.
weekend,
You
Nick.
too.
I'm assuming, all you guys have been back and you?
Me?
Yeah, do you have something you want to talk to the board?
Oh, you ready for that now?
Yeah, what,
Oh,
Well, he
They're all
said he's
good.
with Mid-America. They're
They're
all
all
with
good.
Mid-America.
yeah, oh, I think you're almost been there.
yes.
Yeah, you guys,
Okay, great.
we have two
Grab
listings,
a
so.
couple chairs if you want to
Sure.
all sit at the table there.
Well, my name is John Huff. I'm Project Outreach Manager with Mid-American.
Let's wait just 1 second, okay? Have you come back.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That way you can come over.
Are you guys all out of Des Moines?
Yes.
You know, Mrs. Cooner?
Yes, Catherine?
Yeah, I worked with her husband. Oh, sure, for years, yeah, so.
How about that, yeah.
Mike Griglione?
G-R-I-G, get a business card.
L-I.
Say that again?
Griglione.
Mackenzie, M-A-C-K-E-N-Z-I-E, Foster.
Look at you have an easy last name.
I know, my last name is easy, it's my first name, that I had, there's so many different variations.
If I can leave one of these.
Yeah, okay. Nice, that's nice to have contact information. if you have issues. Not that one,
Anybody else need one?
Yeah, I'll take one, yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, like I said, my name is John Huff, Project Outreach Manager for Mid-American Energy, and I'm joined by Mackenzie Foster, who is our project developer, and Mike Griglione, who is a project engineer. So appreciate the opportunity to talk with you a little bit about some of the plans we've got coming up here in this area. So as much positive feedback as we get from the majority of people about our wind farms, one thing that people pretty commonly say they'd like to see change, if possible, is the blinking red lights being on all the time at night. And so we are looking at a few different locations right now to put what we call ADLS towers, aircraft detection lighting system towers. And that would include here in Iowa County, is a place that we're looking to potentially put one. Most of the ones we're putting up are sort of along I-80. This one is not going to be like, when I say along I-80, I mean throughout the state along I-80. It's not right on the interstate. This will be on the south edge of the Diamond Trail Wind Farm. Probably it would be on a property where we have an easement for collection line for, because we have to set it back so far from existing wind turbines, just for safety reasons. We've done most of the studies that we need to do for that. We still have maybe one like wetland study type thing to do. But other than that, yeah, we're hoping to get that going soon.
So when you said the south edge of the project, it will cover the entire project?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And
It
it's
covers
a
all-
make sure there's something happening.
No, it would cover the whole wind farm, so, all the, yep.
So it'd be some sort of structure down there?
Correct, yes. This tower usually typically will deliver 100 feet tall. But yeah, the idea is that it wouldn't pick up like, commercial like Delta Flight or something at 35,000 feet. But some lower flying aircraft, if it's in an area within maybe 3 miles, is that right? Is that sound
I
right?
can look at
That's what the little program thing you said was 3 miles.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So yeah, it'll turn the red lights on so that aircraft is aware that there are wind turbines there. But when there's not aircraft in that area, then the lights will not be on. So that's honestly, it's just, like I said, we've got a lot of feedback over the years about these projects, and that's one thing that we've heard a decent amount from people throughout the state. So we're trying to be good neighbors and do something about it where we can.
So does it work off the aircraft transponder then?
And it's a radar, and it'll pick up anything flying in the zone, and it'll We program it down to where it'll detect everything down to a singular vat, but it'll know that that's a vat.
So it doesn't necessarily have to have a transponder.
Nope, so even, like crop dusters or drones, it'll pick up and it'll tell the difference between the two.
Really?
Anything that it's unsure of, the lights will come on until it leaves the zone.
So will it be a certain vertical feet then up?
Yeah,
So,
Yes.
yeah,
like with the aircraft coming into Cedar Rapids to land, would they be,
that would be out of the zone for this wind project. It's 3 miles, so it's,
1,000, is it?
I fly right over my house?
So 1,000, it has to be.
oh,
1,000
vertical,
feet.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like 1,500 feet.
Right around.
Well,
So
they wouldn't,
most commercial,
they wouldn't be down that far by then.
no, it's all pretty low flying aircraft at that point. It'll keep the lights off, at 90 to 95% of the time.
Yeah, I flew a lot and, I mean, you can see them lights forever when you're up flying.
Yeah.
Before we had them down here, I would fly up in the Mason City area too, and those were, yeah, it's,
Fog and weather and such doesn't affect it.
So we think it'll hopefully be a good thing. I mean, I think people are gonna be excited about the more of these we can get out there.
I am.
Yeah.
yeah, I think so, I think it's.
Well, if we can just get Powashik County, because I can see theirs more than I can Iowa County.
Yeah.
Are they gonna be doing it at the same time then, along the 80, like you said, it'd be Iowa County, Powashik County?
Depending on permitting, how that goes with FCC, FAA, how long that takes. But we have one built right now out by Adair, Iowa,
Yeah,
and then we're developing 8 more right now that are in the works.
So that one's actively going in Adair?
Yes, it's covering Adair Wind Farm, Morning Light, and Eclipse. So it's one tower's covering 3 wind projects.
So, yeah, so what is, not that I need to know, what is like the range of one tower? That makes sense.
Depends on the terrain, how high up we get it. We don't want something as tall as a wind turbine, most of them are 30 meters or so that we're coming across, so.
So I don't know if part of our cover part of Powashik County or?
We tried to, go ahead.
yeah, we tried to do that, but just we'd have to put a larger tower and we want to work with like participating landowners as well, so it would just be easier to place their own tower for Powashik County to cover the North English 1 and 2, and then Diamond Trail to have their own tower. So then they're more reasonable, like,
Just curious.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't think too much project they were doing.
How's the Dare one going? I mean, have you got positive feedback then? Or?
Yeah, we haven't heard a word,
yeah, we have.
Yeah.
no negative comments on it, so we take that as good.
Yeah.
Things.
So it'd be like a cell tower then it would go? Cell tower size, okay?
Similar, it's a lattice, so it'll look like a cell tower. It's got 3 legs and
Freestanding?
freestanding, no
No
down
guy
guides or anything. And there's just crow's necks up on top and a radar that spins. And,
Do you guys go up and check that antennas are placed right?
they build it all on the ground, and I'll go up there just for my own curiosity once it's done. Yeah, well, I'll climb. Yeah, we'll climb up there. Make for a good day out of the office.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Really?
Yeah.
How tall is your silo out there?
I don't go up there.
It's gotta be 100 foot.
Yeah, that's my.
Our elevator.
It's 100 feet.
Yeah.
Luckily, these were installing with climb assist, so it makes the climbing up the ladder a little easier.
It's like a police system.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of really,
These ones take about 100 pounds off you. When
Oh,
you're
wow.
climbing up the ladder.
That must work for my elevator, like,
Small enough person, they can just take it off.
I get out of breath going up that.
Cheaters.
right?
What do you, is there anything you need from us?
We just wanted to kind of inform the board, just make sure there wasn't any concerns or, I mean, any, questions or comments.
I see it as nothing but positive.
Yeah.
I don't know what the downside would be.
If I may, I walked in a little bit late, but my name's Lee Greenwald, and I'm legal counsel for Mid-American. And so to your question about do we need anything from you, we understand you've got a zoning ordinance in place which applies to wind energy accessory structures, and there's some site design standards. And the only thing I'd ask, I guess, is whoever you'd want us to interface with at the county to make sure that we're complying and checking all of those boxes, whether that's the county engineer or someone else that I can be in touch with,
Yes.
and make sure that we let them, or it could be the board directly.
Board of us.
Yeah,
Board of us.
the board of us, works for me,
Works.
so,
To make sure that you got the setbacks and stuff like followed. Since it's only one, it should be relatively easy, I think.
Mhm.
Just one small tower.
And that's, relatively speaking, short. I mean,
Yeah,
size of a grain leg.
30 meters.
And generally receives a very favorable reception in the community, obviously, you turn the lights off, so.
Does that, anything like that interfere with cell systems?
Well, that's part of why you gotta get a FCC license in order to operate them. They study that and make sure that there's no interference or anything like that. Just like they would for any other communication device.
Do we have any questions? If you just keep us updated as it goes along, and
Yeah.
let us know if there are issues one way or the other.
Yeah, and then you got my contact information, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
We're trying to keep it on same property as the collection line, so we'll have to hook up fiber with the existing fiber, so there'll be a little underground work, but it should all be on the same property.
Yeah.
The only road crossings we might encounter would be for, off the distribution lines to power a little transformer for the HVAC spec system that.
So when you do that, you don't tie it together to all the windmills, correct? You don't have to like redo each one?
We just use the fiber network that's already in ground, that was installed with the original.
So minimally invasive per se.
You've already got the spot.
We got a few
Yeah.
sites,
exciting that.
still working with landowners.
Yeah.
I assume that if a windmill, they should be receptive for
Yes. We've been working with the participating landowners on the wind farm, so just getting the amendment signed and making sure they're on board and comfortable with it.
Can you put it on top of an existing structure? You probably want to own it yourself.
I mean, I don't think that's
The
something.
way our radar contractor supplier, they require it to be on a self-standing structure. There are other options, like other suppliers, they'll put a little bracket and then put the radar right on the tower, but you need several throughout the park. And
Okay.
this is one radar, one,
Because I don't need to know.
yeah, no. One
You can't go on your silo.
cover everything. A little bit more range too. So.
Anybody else have a question?
Well, I hope it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to reach out if you guys think of anything in the meantime, but
I appreciate you coming and answering questions.
Well, thank you.
we'll definitely have
Have a
to.
good weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Oh,
We're looking at like the end of the year ideally, but a lot of that's gonna be contingent on like the federal approvals, so the FCC license and their approvals, and we have to get the FAA.
Just start it or have it running?
Have it like operational by the end of the year.
Okay.
But that's our goal, but again, it's a little contingent on the FAA and the FCC, and those take some time to get those through,
If
so.
you get a site and get it started, I would like to be, these guys know where.
Yeah, we'll let you know once we have it kind of locked down, landowner
Okay.
sign off, and kind of let you know what the location is, so you guys
Yeah.
are, make sure you're comfortable and it meets all the requirements.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We'll come back and see you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Have a great day, guys.
No, I was kind of just taking a longer day. It's great.
We're still taking, I believe.
Mhm.
What your licenses, you have two?
have safe trip.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay. Cool, second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. FY twenty-six salary resolution consideration. We received that by email. Do you have any questions, concerns? Is there a motion to approve the chairman to sign?
I'll make the motion for the chairman to sign.
Second?
I'll second that.
Now, this is the resolution, should we be doing this by roll call? Doesn't say on here. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. I got a paper sheet, so. I'll save that, so. 2025 Amana Mayfest route closure request consideration. We do this every year. They have their own equipment now that they keep over there. They set it up and take it down.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. FY 20.
Chris, were you second or did you?
Or who was it?
Who was the second on
I
that?
think I was, yes, I was. I'm trying to invite Slings for next week.
FY twenty-six, solutions license support and information technology service agreements consideration. Something we do annually.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We have an agreement. The next one is just accepting. Chairman's. Any questions about any of the auditor's reports or sheriff reports? You want to sign this today? I was asking this chairman. Oh, that's the next thing. You're getting ahead of things.
you need a motion.
She's
No.
efficient.
Not yet. So last week I went with Dilly about I do it too. The letter of support for the drainage district. So we as board of supervisors, we don't have per se control of the drainage district. We have to go into drainage district.
You asked her to redo it.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to go into drainage district.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are in drainage district. So is there a motion for chairman to send a letter of support for the Maringo Community Development for the trail system from the drainage district?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
Motion to go out of drainage district.
Second.
Let's wait. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are in drainage district. People for next week, or ready to be so kind to read out what we already have.
Yes, please, Brandy.
We have Nick done, the ordinances for Pioneer Cemetery, 41, 42, and then,
Everything too, right?
745, possible closed session for the indigenous
For the what?
burial discussion. And then I also have those from 2025 requests.
Does anybody want to add anything else at this time?
I was gonna invite Slings in. Is there a time he could come in and update us on conservation? 10:30? I'll see if he can come put him down 10 for that.
You want to put that East Central Iowa 2080 on there?
It looks like House Bill 145, and then it also says /SF on file 445.
Thank you.
Then it says formally
We will have
SSB 1135.
Okay.
So we can do it.
Basically, the way I understand it, it's just taking what I didn't say. It's taking money, the existing money, and taking it away from all the boards and like redistricting and giving it as grants.
Anybody have anything else for next week? At this time? Consider a motion to approve the journey.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. We are adjourned.
Did y'all get a copy of the Hometown Current Wednesday?
Yes, yes.
Celebrity, isn't it?
Yeah. Same.